Hi again. I started talking about the astrology and the horoscope and the natal chart last time, and I thought I will continue to do that to have some basic understanding. Period. I have some disclaimer. I have no idea about the horoscope reading in detail. I just know the basics of it, and there are other people who know much more than me. Again, a lot of people don't consider this as a science, and they feel it is all nonsense. Again, one has to understand that there is a free will, and the natal chart or the position of stars or planets only indicates what karmas you are born with that will come into fruition. Certainly, there are more than simple planetary position that affect our life, which includes our surroundings, our parents, and many other things. So let me add to what I have said last time. As if you remember, we were talking about standing on the earth, and 360 degrees all around us is the sky. Above as well as below is the sky. And then this is divided into 12 different sections. So there are 12 zodiac signs based on conglomeration. And then there are 12 different houses or sthana, or in Indian language called bhava, where the whole sky is divided into. So now you can understand there are 12 signs, and then there are 12 segments or houses. So the position of the sun and the moon determines the sign in Western and Eastern horoscope reading. But in addition to that, there are 12 so-called planets, or some people call it stars, but some of them are imaginary, some of them are real, some of them may not be considered as a planet now, like Pluto, for example. So now we have 12 zodiac signs, we have 12 houses, and we have 12 planets. So now remember that each house will have only one sign. But the planetary motion is such in our solar system that the planets may be closer and maybe in one particular house, one particular sign at a given time, or they may be all over. So there may be a house or a sign where there is no planet, or there may be a house or a sign where there are more than one planet. So there are 12 signs, 12 planets, 12 houses. Signs will not be more than one per house. But the planets can be more than one in a house. So this is based on the rotation or so-called apparent rotation of the planets when we are looking at them standing on the earth. This, for example, the sun. The sun does not move, but earth moves around the sun, which we call it a year. So interestingly enough, the year has 12 months. So sun is in each zodiac sign for 1 month. But this is not always common. For example, Jupiter, it takes approximately 12 days to move around the sun. So when we are looking at it, it is in one house for 1 year. Sun moves from one house to another house every month, because there are 12 months and the sun moves around the earth, or earth moves around the sun, either way you want to look at it, in 12 months. So each sign is occupied by sun for 1 month. Jupiter occupies each sign for 1 year. The moon moves around the earth in 28 days. So roughly 2.3 days it stays in one sign. This is 28 divided by 12, which comes to 2.3 or so. So roughly about day plus, that's what it does. Now remember that the planets called Rahu and Ketu are not in the Western astrology. These are also called nodes in Western astrology, and they're exactly opposite to each other. So their position is exactly opposite to each other in the planets. And they stay in each sign for about a year and a half. But they move in concert. So there is no independent movement because these are the two nodes. And these two nodes move in concert with each other. When you talk about the Saturn, which is very important, Saturn takes about 30 years to move around the sun. So 30 divided by 12 is 2.5 years. So the Saturn stays in each sign for roughly 2.5 years. Because Saturn is distant from us, sometimes it looks like it's going forward, sometimes it looks like it's going backward, which is called retro movement of the Saturn. So there will be a fluctuation in each sign. So sometimes it may have crossed the sign and can come back, or just moves backward in the same sign. But in any case, the Saturn stays in each sign for about 2.5 years. If you look at the Mercury, which is not influential in many aspects, though somewhat it is important, it moves around the sun in 85 days. So if you divide 85 by 12, it stays in each sign for only 7 days. Venus, it moves around the sun in about 225 days. So again, the Venus changes every 18 days. And then Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are the three others, which are so far out, and they take literally years. And so we're not going to talk about them as much as we talk about the rest of them. Everybody knows the 12 zodiac signs, so I'm not going to enumerate them. But I'm going to tell you the 12 planets that are considered in the Eastern horoscope reading. This includes the Mercury, which is closest to the Sun. Then the Venus, Earth, even though it's a planet, we are on the Earth, so it doesn't influence us. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Moon, Rahu, R-A-H-U, Ketu, K-E-T-U, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So these are the 12 planets. Each planet has a different cycle based on its movement. So it stays in each zodiac sign for a different time. Out of these, some of them are considered bad planets. Mars is considered a bad planet or sinful planet. Saturn, another sinful planet. Rahu and Ketu are the two other sinful planets. So there are 4. Mars, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu are sinful planets. So presence of them sometimes brings bad luck or ill fate. However, what exactly will happen will depend on which particular house and sign they are occupying at that time. Now remember what I said. The planets could be more than one in a particular sign. So when they come together, Mars, Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, when they come together, the bad luck is exponential or significantly worse. The Jupiter, on the other hand, most of the time brings in a good luck. So we have talked about basic stuff, 12 signs, 12 zodiac houses, 12 planets. We'll talk about this a little bit greater detail next time. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in horoscope, there are many other sites. Please subscribe to this one to just get the basic understanding. Thank you. Have a nice day.